Hey, what is up, you guys? You're watching Team APS. I'm with Trell today.
No paparazzi, no photos.
And I had to pay out good money to get him out here for this video. And so today we thought we would talk about a pretty fitting topic. Is it wrong to be a rarity whore?
You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
My father will hear about this. So the question is, a lot of people, well, there's like kind of two types of people in Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah.
There's the sort of, I don't want to classify them as like two different things, but it kind of is. There's the budget people.
Yeah.
And then there's people who spend a lot of money on this game. And I don't necessarily even mean for meta decks. We're talking just people who like
what they like and they're going to get.
They get high rated things. And outside of, hearing the whole like tryhards versus filthy casuals debate, another debate that I hear a lot is the whole like, you spend too much money in this game. Why do you get max rarity versions of cards? That's a waste of money. What difference does it make? This, that, and the other. You're a bit of a rarity for yourself, right?
I'm not sure to answer that question. Yes, I am. But I will say, and I'm hypocritical about it, it varies with me. My thing is, if I'm playing a deck competitively, then I don't care what rarity I get the card as long as I get it because I want to play the deck. Mm-hmm. But once I get the deck complete, then I work to actually make it high rarity.
That tends to be my thing, too. Yeah. The way I see it is always like, I save max rarity for decks that are important to me. So I don't, like if I'm playing, just a meta deck or whatever, or just kind of a standard deck I don't care too much about, like that Cyber Angel deck we were looking at earlier, one of the Ritual Sanctuaries is like the reprint
it's
one.
Ultra, but it's so sexy.
With those,
but it's not secret. Right?
I don't really care, but if it was like me making, a Mermail deck, right, I would want it to be max rarity because that's a deck that I really, really enjoy. And same with maybe like X-Sabers, right? Decks I like.
Side note on that, actually, and this is me. I feel like there are two decks in the game. I feel like should always you can't play unless they're max rarity. And I don't play either of these decks.
Can I guess?
Totally biased. You can guess them.
Is it Spellbooks and Mermails?
Fucking right.
I have to say,
I don't play either of those decks. But
like
if you play those
them,
me,
you owe it to yourself.
You owe it to yourself to be max rarity.
You really do.
Like I agree.
I will say that it's obnoxious how much they cost.
Oh God!
Given that they aren't like that good in the meta per se. But I mean,
it's so sexy.
But I feel like with certain decks, it can make sense to max rarity them out. You know what I mean?
Like I don't play either of those decks, but if you're gonna play against me with either of those decks, you have to come in with max rarity.
What decks have you maxed out?
It's really hard to say. I play a lot of jank, so like Shadalls, but definitely like Construct and Ultimate. Actually, I did have max rarity spellbooks because contrary to popular belief, I actually had played the spellbooks twice. Meaning on two different occasions or whatever, and I had to collect them, but I had max rarity spellbooks before I got rid of them.
You actually played them twice, literally, in two
just
duels,
2 times.
That's
it. Actually, not wrong about that kind of either. Cause like I got like max rarity spellbooks, and I sold them in the regionals before the regionals, and like I got them again, like just whatever rarity I can get them.
How do you feel about like the idea of going all common? I know some people like to do it almost as like a statement.
Like. People who know me personally know I'm kind of flashy, just being honest. Like I say, if I'm going to play the deck, now if it's just a jank deck,
I mean, if the glasses didn't already say enough.
Side note, those glasses cost $150. I didn't pay for them. Don't judge me. But like I said, like if it's a deck I'm going to play competitively, then I'll start off getting the comments, but eventually I want to work my way up. Like we just got a rescue ferret, secret rare, and they had that emerging, whatever rescue, whatever, card to get, and it comes common and super. So I have like commons, but I want supers, like not, and that's high rarity because I want them to be pretty with my ferrets. I'm that kind of guy.
I think that's an innocent reason to want them.
I'm that kind of guy.
Like, I think, like honestly and truly, with the way the reprints kind of have worked in Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays, where pretty much everything's gonna get a reprint. Sometimes a lot of them. I think it makes sense to get max rarity because reprints are ugly now. Like Gold Fair is ugly. When they're doing that platinum rare stuff.
Anything in Gold Rare is ugly. Anything that came out of that Noble Knight fucking boxing is fugly.
Hideous.
But I will disagree with you to a fault about reprints being ugly. Because there's one card that got reprinted very, very sexy to me. And I was actually upset about it because I have the originals. Pot of Desires Ultra Rare is sexy as hell.
Yeah, it is. There's one down there somewhere. But it's, Ultra Pot of Desires.
It's on his floor. What in the fuck, right? It's down there somewhere.
Yeah, no, I get you though. Like, I think that some reprints look pretty nice, but generally speaking, I haven't cared much for like gold rares, things like that.
I don't like gold rare at all. Like, I mean, I have like gold rare dark destroyers. I just felt like I wanted to like stab myself in the wrist. Like, it was just really bad.
So is there anything wrong with like max raring out a deck?
I don't think there's anything wrong. Like you said, some things do like cost a pretty penny to like ghost rares. We know ghost rares have become pretty much an extinct thing or an endangered species, and there are a lot of cards that become ghost rare, and I really want them just because of that. I don't even like ghost rare that much, but it's still kind of sexy. So like,
I feel like I've always seen ghost rare as almost more of a collector thing.
And that's my thing. That's what I'm saying. I don't even use any ghost rares. I think it's stuff like Stardust, but other than that, like all
they
of them, like,
they tend to make them like extra deck cards.
Yeah.
So or they tended to make them extra deck cards. You don't get them anymore. And, you know, like I don't know. I think ghost rares are cool. I've always seen people who max rarity out decks to be. They tend to be the better players. So I guess it makes sense that people would associate that with like being uppity or being like a snob.
It's like playing Paleozoics. The only way to make that max rarity is to get like ultimate swap frogs and like super dupes. Other than that, like the decks all come. Like I said,
Yeah.
Like, it's still sexy though. Don't get me wrong.
I think back of like my memories of the first time I saw people with max rarity decks, and it was always like light sworns and stuff. So,
Oh yeah.
So I always kind of started to associate like max rarity with good player. I don't think that that's always the case.
But yeah, but there's an intimidation factor that comes along with it. You have like this max rarity deck,
right?
So obviously you drop money on it. You were serious about this deck, so we are to assume that you mean business when you play this deck, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how I feel like, you know, I play Shiranui, and I'm so mad that deck will never be considered quote unquote max rarity because fucking Unizombie is coming. Unizombie does not deserve to be coming. Let me put that out there.
You know, okay, here's my problem with that.
No
Hasn't
super.
it been? It was a card in like a tournament pack or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
And they just still chose to make a card. That's so weird.
So good. Swap Frog gets a hollow, which I will say Swap Frog did deserve it. But
my thing with like raring out decks too is I don't actually rarity out archetypes past the ones I said at the beginning. I usually just rarity out staples. I like not max rarity, but like high rarity staples.
High rarity staple, I agree.
I've always enjoyed like the idea of using ultra dark hole or super dark hole or anything but common dark hole.
No, I agree.
You know,
totally.
same with like torrential tribute.
My torrential's like my torrential's like ultra from like the Meta Raiders or whatever. Like
ooh yeah.
So yeah.
Classy. I really like to have like high rarity staples, especially like side deck cards, like Imperial Iron Wall and
mine's ultras. Like these are cards, and these are also cards that typically you don't get rid of either.
Yeah,
like,
they tend to stay, and then you can just transition them from like deck to deck, and I think that there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, truly, I don't think there's anything wrong with max rating out decks. I don't know why people hate it so much.
I don't know.
Is it because they can't afford it?
I think it's one of those things. Like I think it's one of those. Once again, I think one of those hypocrite things, just because of the fact that I don't think anybody finds it wrong, but at the same time, people find they just don't like when people put too much thought into it or too much concern over the fact that it has to be high rated. I think that's what the line is drawn. So this thing, 'cause I have a friend, he's a max rated whore, and I mean, and he knows that we talk about it all the time. He has to have everything max rated no matter what. Even he'll have the deck max rated, play like a week and get rid of it, but he has to get everything max rated before he actually considers it an actual deck. So
I've never been at that point yet. So hopefully, I don't ever get there. But I mean, yeah, like I get it. I see where it can be a little annoying, but I also think that like don't hate on someone else's like preferences. I mean, it's not if you want to play a deck in all commons and rares and stuff. Like no one complains about anybody playing low rarity decks. So I don't think it's fair when like people give someone like shit for playing a high rarity deck. Like that's, I mean, it's your choice. Right?
Another thing about that too, everybody who watched this channel enough knows that I play Cubics, really janky deck. Don't fucking judge me. But I'm so mad that I can never get Dooza as anything besides this ugly
nasty gold
rare.
Rare.
Like I have like gold rare, like actual like cubic monsters that are like main deck monsters, and I hate it. I made sure I traded them all out for the ultra versions, but I can't get Dooza as anything else but that.
I think that Dooza is the type of card they'll probably never reprint.
We'll never get reprint that.
It's a movie card, and that's how it's going to be.
So the deck isn't expensive at all, but Dooza is just ugly, and I'm so mad because he's the center point of the deck. So fucking bad.
They know what they were doing.
I'm sorry.
That's how I see it. Konami knows what they were doing.
Stab Konami in the face.
So I guess to wrap up, what do you guys think? Are you a rarity whore? Are you or is that a term that you use for people? Is it a bad thing to like your shiny cards? I don't think it is. I think it's A-okay.
Yeah.
I respect the people who can put the money into it. It's just how you want to play the game.
Some people like the bling.
Doesn't really make a big difference. So let us know your thoughts. Is there an extent that you will pay? Is there a limit? Or do you think it's not important? It's just kind of like, whatever, they're just cards. We want to hear from you. Anyways, I think it's gonna be it. So, if you like the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you love the video, be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll know every time we upload new videos. It's gonna be it. We'll see you guys in the next one.
I'll be in my fucking trailer.